And now, live from the Steel Twins recording studio in beautiful Traverse City, Michigan, it's your boys, the Cannonball, the Cannon, the Steel Twins. What's up, everybody? It's Monday night, and you know what that means.
Yep, you do.
It's voice acting night. So,
don't forget to.
Well, I'll do that in a second here. We're just, getting all nice and cozy, but man, we're defending a fish in court.
Yeah.
What? A killer whale. It's one thing when we're cross-examining a parrot, but this is ridiculous. And what's Prosecutor Blackquill's angle on this anyway? So stay tuned and find out. Also, Football Johnny 2006. Do you guys play Fortnite by chance? No, we do not.
Well,
not regularly anyway.
Yeah, I play like a round or two of Fortnite, but not regularly.
Okay, we're more COD guys, but on this channel, it's mostly dialogue-based games.
Yeah.
So, yep, on this channel, we just do stuff like Ace Attorney and Paper Mario and things with a whole lot of dialogue. I mean, one of these days, can't make any promises, but
now we got some guy named XX Smithy saying, "I'll play Fortnite with you."
Hey, there's the gamer biker.
Hey, I believe
Chuck Whedon's in on the stream. How's it going, man?
Gamer Biker, thank you so much for joining the chat, brother.
Yeah, and then classy move, XS Smithy. But I think it might be he might be on YouTube.
No, he's on Twitch.
Oh, he is on Twitch. Well, welcome.
What's going on?
Smithy 1.
Well, not quite.
Not a whole lot.
Not quite a whole lot, but we're hanging in there.
Still doing the thing. Still doing the voice acting. We've actually gotten some voice actors to come with us on the last couple, a couple of streams. But last couple of streams we were doing it on our own, but it's the holy grail of potatoes.
Zion. Yeah,
on time.
It's
just on time.
Hey,
and Breeze is on. Evening, Gov.
Wow,
we got an all-star cast in the chat tonight.
Yeah,
all right.
This is awesome.
Hi, Zion. Evening, Gov.
All right, then.
Well, and Shaggy Lol, I'm not sure who that is. Have you guys looked into X Defiant? I think I did. Wasn't it like some sort of beta game where it's kind of like Fortnite and Battle Royale and all that stuff, but you have like superpowers or something? Or is that something different? I've heard of X Defiant. I haven't played it, but I've heard of it.
Mixture between COD
and Overwatch. Yeah, there we go. That was what I was thinking.
Yeah, we haven't looked into it just yet, but maybe after we.
I'll tell you what. If you guys are looking for first-person shooter contents, may I recommend my great friend No Shot Bot TTV. The artist formerly known as Big Willie Dubs. But No Shot Bot TTV is, he does a lot of Call of Duty. He may do the X Defiant. I'd have to ask him about it. Chuck, you know who he is. He's old Will. From Wyandotte, I think it is. Is it Wyandotte or where is he? Where's his house? I know it's in the Metro Detroit area. But yeah, folks. So for those of us that are new and brand new and don't know what this is about, this is voice acting, and we take a game that has a lot of dialogue and we give the characters our own voices. So, and in this case, we're playing the Apollo Justice trilogy on the PlayStation 4. I'm going to go ahead and just go to live scene. But as you can see, It's a trio of lawyers that run an agency called the Wright Anything Agency. Used to be called the Wright and Company Law Offices until Phoenix Wright lost his attorney's badge and it turned into a talent agency. So now they went from one lawyer, Apollo Justice, to 3. And this is Phoenix Wright's first case back since getting his attorney's badge back. He's got some unfinished business. But we're defending an orca from, and we're trying to, defending an orca in court. Because the owner of an aquarium has passed away, has been murdered, and we got to get to the bottom of this mystery. So, without further ado.
By the way,
with one further ado.
we're gonna.
Oh, that's right. We got to do this.
Yes. So, if I may, you got to capture your bottle or a pin on your can. Go ahead and pull that pin or twist that cap. Hey, Cannonball, what time is it?
It's time to hydrate.
Damn right, son. All right, time for talk is over. Time to get to the nitty gritty.
Although you guys are more than welcome to keep chatting us up in the chat.
Yeah, go ahead.
We'll try to keep up.
Yeah, of course.
We've never had this many viewers on Twitch before. I'm pumped up.
Yeah, me too.
I'm pumped up, man. This is great.
Yes.
All right,
here we go.
The holy grail of potatoes. Where does he even get that from? Health warning.
Health warning, yes.
Some contents of the game's collection presented as nearly as originally presented to preserve content. Panty snatching, anyone? That was weird. All rise.
All right, we are about to continue the special episode Turnabout Reclaim. We are going to trial.
Lock 'em and load 'em, ladies, 'cause it's go time.
Time to earn your bread, Phoenix.
Time to earn your bread, Justice.
Well,
6 viewers on Twitch, 1 viewer on YouTube. I wonder if it includes one of ours. July 21st, 9:21 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3.
Good morning, Mr. Wright.
Good morning. Chipper as ever this morning, I see.
if you guys got on my 75-inch TV, you guys big time now.
Awesome.
Nice.
Keep it going, baby.
I'm just thankful we actually get to have a trial for Orla. As a matter of fact, I just ran a few laps around the courthouse to get extra pumped.
I just splashed my face with some water to get the sleep out of my eyes.
Yeah, okay. Rad, dude. Totally rad. Thanks.
Oh, I also queued the Swashbuckler video so we can watch it at any time.
Swashbuckler video added to the court
A
record.
TV recording of a performance featuring Orla, Sasha, and Jack Shipley as pirates.
I wonder if it'll give us... Oh, all right. So we might want to look into this.
you guys got a voice change on it. Yes, we
yeah.
did.
We've had it for a while.
Yep.
Thanks. It just might help our case. By the way, you have some serious dark circles. Did you stay up late watching this?
What? Me? No, I, just woke up early, that's all. Guess I need to cover them up. I get ragged on enough as it is by Prosecutor Blackquill.
Speaking of being pumped, I'm pretty fired up for this trial, too. It's been a while.
That explains why your hair is spikier than usual. I mean, look at it. It's all super pokey and prickly and stuff. It's amazing.
That was a compliment, right?
Good luck, Mr. Nick. I'll be cheering you on from the gallery.
Thanks, Pearls. It's been so long, I'm actually a little nervous.
Morning, Mr. Lawyer.
Oh, Mr. Rhymes, you came to watch the trial?
Yeah, Sasha's back at the aquarium with the orca. So I thought I'd better come here to watch for her.
Well, don't you worry. We're going to win for Orla. Isn't that right, boss?
Right. One unprecedented trial coming right up.
Right, let's do this.
How are they even going to do this? Are they going to have the whale on a TV? July 21st, 9:30 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 4. Okay, I may tag out for the judge. I'm not sure. Let's find out how this goes. Let's see how this goes. Court is now in session. All rise.
Court is now in session for the trial of Aura Shipley.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Must we waste words on this?
Prosecutor Simon Blackquill, known as the Twisted Samurai, is a prosecutor who's also a convicted felon. They say he never conducts a trial without his loyal hawk Taka by his side.
Mr. Wright, it's been quite a while since I've seen you like that. The lawyer image suits you. You look younger somehow.
Thank you, Your Honor. And you look as young as ever yourself.
Well, I have to keep up with you folks after all. By the way, has the defendant arrived in court yet?
Surely you jest your baldness. Did you not receive the memo? The defendant, Aura Shipley, is an orca at Ship-Shape Aquarium.
An orca?
I don't know what. I've heard about
Orca?
love. That's ridiculous.
Order! Arrangements for this trial were made only yesterday, so I didn't have time to review. But an orca as a defendant? It's patently absurd!
Direct your comments to the defense. He's the absurd fellow who insisted on defending the orca in court in the first place.
Absurd or not, I will carry out my duty to defend my client.
Your duty to defend your crying aunt? Don't you mean your crying orca, Mr. Wright?
If we are to proceed, we must treat the orca as we would any other defendant. Every soul, be it of man or beast, is of equal value. The question is whether that soul is painted in black or white. Take Taka, for example. He is as human in spirit as you or I.
The real question is, am I in for more pain? As always?
Orca or not, I suppose the defendant is still a defendant. And I vow to render my verdict fairly and impartially. Now then, Prosecutor Blackquill, your opening statement, if you would.
Oh, he better do it this time.
I suppose I can hardly leave it to someone who knew nothing of the defendant. Very well. Listen carefully. The orca murdered the owner of Ship-Shape Aquarium in the aquarium's orca pool. The orca apparently toyed with the victim mercilessly as he died.
A sadistic orca. What a chilling thought. And where exactly is this defendant now?
Inside this.
A cell phone, Prosecutor Blackquill.
Time marches on, your baldness, with or without us. I borrowed this TV phone from the aquarium, which will allow us to interact with the orca.
A TV phone? Very well. The court accepts it into evidence.
TV phone added to the court record.
Cell phone used by Ship-Shape Aquarium staff. This model can connect to TVs and be used to conduct teleconferencing.
We will be able to view the defendant in question on this large monitor. Fulbright, prepare for transmission.
You've got it, Prosecutor Blackquill.
All right, here we go.
Tune testing.
What in?
There she is.
We will proceed with the defendant on telecast.
So that is the orca that stands accused, is it?
Aw, she's waving her flipper at us. Maybe she's cheering us on?
Hula, wish Phoenix and Athena luck.
Oh, it's quite cute, isn't it? And this adorable creature is suspected of killing a man.
Oh, that's really playing on the charm, huh?
She is far from cute. She is a violent, reckless animal.
Well, that's right. The name's Bobby Fulbright, and I'll take over the explaining from here. Now, if I could direct your attention to this diagram of the crime scene.
Here we go, folks.
Following the report of an orca attack, we, the police, raced on over to Shipshape Aquarium. There, we found a guest who says she saw the orca and the victim from the visitor's corridor. As the witness was watching, the orca suddenly went crazy and attacked the victim. The orca was the only one there. Therefore, no one else could have committed the crime. That's not quite finished, but I have a portion of the autopsy report here.
Shipley's autopsy report added to the court record.
Instant death from a brain contusion. There are signs of blunt force trauma all over the body.
Oh, so, but here's the deal though. He got conked on the head with a sack of coins, right? So a brain contusion, he had to have gotten whacked pretty damn hard.
I can't imagine the terror of being attacked underwater by such a large creature. But attack it did. Prepare yourself for the grisly details, your baldness. The prosecution moves to introduce our witness, Fulbright.
You got it, Professor Prosecutor Blackquill. In justice we trust. One brave lady whose fine sense of justice compelled her to speak. Coming right up.
Don't use the female voice.
Right, okay.
How dare you make me wait? Don't you know I'm a busy woman? I could have written an entire book for all the time I spent in that lobby.
Prosecutor Blackquill? Well?
I am Norma DePlume, and I'm a non-fiction writer.
Am I the only one who isn't telepathic here?
Looks like she can read into people's words just as well as I can read into people's hearts.
Not everything needs to be a competition, Athena.
What? Norma DePlume? The great non-fiction writer, Miss Norma DePlume herself? I've read all of your works and enjoyed them immensely.
Just double check and make sure we didn't miss any communications.
Probably not.
And no.
No, not quite.
And back to it.
Your million seller, The Great Grief of the Great Thief, is one of my favorites.
Oh, are you a fan, Your Honor? I could give you my autograph if you'd like.
I'm trying my best to not insult her.
Insult away, just don't be too mean.
Wait a second. I could swear you looked much different than the photos in your book.
Well, I use ones from 10 years ago in my books, so that the paparazzi won't harass me.
The judge seems so shocked.
A visual disconnect must really be doing a number on His Honor's head.
Could we get started, please? If I find you to be lacking as a judge, you will see your debut in my books.
Such harsh comments. You really must be the real Norma DePlume.
Norma DePlume is an uncultured, bratty swine who needs a lesson in manners in class. You tell him, Zion. Who knew Ms. DePlume was so famous?
Enough jabbering. Tell the court what you saw and keep it brief.
I would thank you not to order me around. I am perfectly willing to tell everyone what I witnessed. It was the moment of the murder.
Very well then. Please proceed with your testimony.
All right, here we go. Witness testimony time. The moment of the murder.
I went to Shipshape Aquarium to see the killer whale.
And where did you get that face? The butt factory?
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
I got that double chin, though.
As I was watching the killer whale from the visitor's corridor, it suddenly went crazy. I saw the killer whale bite the victim to death with its huge mouth and deadly teeth. Attempting to remain calm, I reported the incident to the police immediately.
That adorable defendant really did all that?
It must be much more vicious than it looks. Now, deliver your judgment so I may carry out the sentence.
Objection! The defense would like to do some defending first, if that's all right.
Must you drag this out with your tomfoolery?
Hold it! The defense always has the right to cross-examine the witness, you know.
A fellow inmate told me just this morning, if you want something signed, all you need is the document and a witness.
Let me guess. They were convicted for contract fraud, right?
All we need in this case is the evidence and a witness to convict. It's as simple as that.
Looks like I guessed right. Sorry, but as Ms. Sykes said, the defense has every right to cross-examine. Isn't that right, Your Honor?
Yes, of course. You may proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
I shall relish the sight of you thrashing around in vain.
Excuse me, I had a burp one for a while. Cross-examination time. Moment of the murder.
I went to Chip Shape Aquarium to see the killer whale.
Hold it. Why did you want to see the orca?
Well, it is the featured attraction of the aquarium, after all.
Why waste energy on such tripe? There is but one attraction in Ship-Shape Aquarium that is worth anyone's time.
Maddie!
Thank you so much for
Thanks
liking
for looking at the stream.
And I want to punch Blacquill in his big mouth.
His hawk might get to you first.
And that is the penguins. Isn't that right, Tonka, my friend?
Alrighty then. I guess Prosecutor Blackquill is for the birds.
Guess I should just jot that down. Note to self, Prosecutor Blackquill is on Team Rifle.
And so you went to see the orca in its tank.
Yes, that's right.
I'll deep fry the hawk.
As I was watching the killer whale from the visitor's corridor, it suddenly went crazy.
Hold it! The orca suddenly went crazy, did she? With a side of mashed taters.
Yes, it took a look at me, and then all at once it started going berserk.
Did you do anything to make her angry?
I did nothing more than simply glare at it from the visitor's corridor.
She glared at Orla? And that's what caused her to go berserk?
Objection. The reason the defendant went mad is not the issue here. Only what she did once she entered that state.
In any case, the killer whale began behaving wildly in front of my very eyes. And then...
Orla went mad when you glared at us because you ugly.
You ugly.
You ugly.
I saw the killer whale bite the victim to death with its huge mouth and deadly teeth.
Hold it. So you're saying you saw the very moment of the victim's death?
That is exactly what I'm saying. Oh, it was simply dreadful. It was as frightening as losing one's manuscript just before a deadline.
Suppose for a writer that would be pretty terrifying.
I witnessed the killer whale's horrific act, and I knew I had to do something. So,
Completely have a huge mouth and a deadly face.
attempting to remain calm, I reported the incident to the police immediately.
Did you not? I don't think you did.
I don't think she did, but let's grill her. Hold it! Why were the police the first ones you contacted?
I was afraid if I told the aquarium staff, they might try to cover it up. Of course, I immediately told aquarium security after my call to the police. I believe I deserve praise for my swift decision-making skills under pressure.
Ms. DePlume is the most assertive witness I've ever seen.
We better do our best to look like big shot lawyers if we want to match her intensity.
Ms. DePlume, I praise your swift decision-making skills under pressure.
There was more kiss up than big shot.
I suppose it was unrealistic to expect a big shot from Mr. Wright.
How is her scarf blowing when there is no wind? Yeah, that's a great question.
How fitting for a small fry to praise a big shot.
How about cutting a small fry some slack, you big meanies? The important thing here is, did she really see the moment of the murder?
You're raring to go, aren't you, Mr. Wright? I see it in your eyes and in your heart.
I guess I really am a lawyer at heart. So, all right, hang on a sec. So let's see. So she's.
You didn't. I don't think you saw her biting the victim, did you?
So all right. So hold on a second. If we go, because yeah, let's this. So this is what she saw, right?
Yeah.
So I don't see him. I don't see the orca biting anybody.
No.
There's nobody anywhere near there.
No.
So okay. Ooh, I think I know what happened.
Huh?
But anyway.
Objection!
Objection! Your Honor, what is your opinion on the witness's statement just now?
My opinion? My opinion is that there is nothing wrong with it.
Oh, this is my first trial in 8 years. Looks like I made a little mistake.
That is no excuse, Mr. Wright. I should give you 8 years worth of penalties.
It's been 8 years. Can't he go easy on me?
How fitting for an ex-KISS member to be a lawyer who has buck teeth and personality of a carrot.
All right, so it's not the security footage we're dealing with. Let's take a look at what else. So, okay, let's take a look at the autopsy report. Contusion from head trauma, bruised all over the body, death thought to be the result of an orca attack. Estimated time of death is under investigation. And then, so he didn't get bitten to death. He got conked on the noggin.
Objection!
Objection! It would seem that you are mistaken, Ms. DePlume.
She looks like Sven from Frozen.
I beg your pardon. The autopsy report does indeed say death thought to be the result of an orca attack, but the actual cause of death is contusion from head trauma, not being bitten. What? But I'm sure the victim was bitten. I don't believe that can be true.
Listen to this music.
The security footage doesn't show anything of the kind.
Objection!
Objection. Just as I suspected, I knew you would peek at the footage behind Phil Bright's back.
Well, what did you expect when he wouldn't play nice and share?
Objection! I object on account of DePlume being a butt-faced McGee. But unfortunately for you, the footage you saw was only one small part.
Huh?
Yesterday, after I decided to take this case to trial, I re-reviewed all of the evidence. Taka, the evidence I gave to you for safekeeping.
Guess that hawk is higher up on the pecking order than Fulbright and Blackwell's book.
Very well. Let's view the footage.
Ah, all right. Oh,
What's this? The orca is biting the victim.
no way!
How can it be biting the victim? It's impossible. Order. I have to say that this appears to be very damning evidence.
Security footage updated in the court record.
Blackwell, shut your Victorian England punk rock star ass up.
Video shorting the orca pool. The footage starts at the aquarium's 10 a.m. opening time. There are 2 pages.
No, I can't believe Orla really bit him.
And there is more. Look at this. This photograph was taken while the body was being examined. There seems to be a strange bruise on the victim's right wrist.
Yeah.
Wait,
What's that all about?
could it be?
And it definitely doesn't look like a human print.
I don't think so either.
I don't know, but what is that?
Probably not a bite mark either. I'll have the crime lab examine the bruise and calculate its relevance to the case at hand. What's important right now is evidence that points to the orca as the killer.
Can someone flick off Blackquill for me? Because if I was Phoenix, I would do that. Can't just attack a prosecutor without getting in trouble.
Look at the left side of the body. See the orca's tooth marks in the victim's clothes?
Yeah, well, she could have been just trying to get him out of the pool.
I don't know.
Yes, they do appear to suggest that she did, in fact, bite the victim.
Well, sure, but I mean, probably. Okay, were there teeth marks in the body? That's what I want to know. And where's the blood? I don't see any blood in those coming out of his clothes. Huh? Photo of the body updated in the court record.
I don't care if I get held in contempt. I would ask for Judge Archibald Simon's autograph.
Archibald Simmons?
Archibald Simon's autograph, right?
That's weird. All right.
I told you so. And then the killer whale swam up toward the surface with the victim in its mouth.
Objection!
Objection! However, in the autopsy report, the cause of death is contusion from head trauma.
Objection!
Objection. You are much too impetuous, Wright, Dono. Granted, the orca biting the victim was not the cause of death. The witness was mistaken about that.
Then what explanation is there for what the witness saw?
A plume, shut your legally blonde barracuda behind up.
Did I not say in the beginning the orca toyed with the victim mercilessly?
My goodness!
After killing the victim, the defendant swam around with his dead body in her mouth.
Just like any other predator toying with its prey. She actually did that.
Mr. Wright! The hearts of the people in the gallery are suddenly filled with fear. Fear of Orla.
So, the defendant bit the victim after she had killed him. But if that's the case, then we must still figure out how the defendant killed the victim.
Right. So we have a ways to go here.
Blackwell's looks are killing me slowly and mercilessly. Prosecutor Blackquill, do you have a sound theory to give to this court?
I wouldn't be standing here if I couldn't prove whether the orca's heart was black or white.
But Orla is black and white. Her body, I mean.
Athena, please try not to provoke Prosecutor Blackquill.
This witness also observed the actual moment of the murder. Think back, word mistress. Think back to what you observed before the orca bit the victim.
Ah, I see what you're driving at. So that was the true moment of the murder, was it?
Now, explain it in a way that even these simpletons can understand.
There you go again, ordering me around. Stop that this instant. But whatever, I don't mind telling my story. I saw the killer whale before it toyed with the body as well. I saw it the moment it killed the victim by headbutting him.
Headbutts?
Orla killed the victim by headbutting him?
That's right. It rammed the victim over and over again.
I wouldn't be standing here without proof of the fact that the plume belongs in the dump, because he's a
Trashy, bratty, pedantic, pontificating, pretentious bastard. Okay. Yep, bastard's good. So, all right.
Recall that the autopsy report stated that there were bruises all over his body. Recall as well how persistent the defendant can be when she's attacking her prey.
And we all just saw the killer whale head-butting the victim in the footage. Don't forget.
That footage backs up Ms. DePlume's testimony. But there's also something very important it does not show.
Now do you see what a menace this killer whale is?
Objection!
Objection! I'm sorry, but I can't allow your testimony to stand unchallenged. Looking at this footage, the orca certainly seems to be headbutting something. But you'll note that the something is not the victim.
Oh, what?
I want to look away, but I can't.
Blackwell, you slick, sick son of a bitch.
Even if it was the victim, you couldn't have seen him from where you were. could you?
What? Oh, well, I suppose not.
Ms. DePlume, did you actually witness the victim getting headbutted by the defendant?
Let's see. Oh, I remember now. As I recall, a rock in the shape of a skull was obstructing my view.
So are you admitting that you couldn't see the victim?
Yes. Yes, I suppose I am. However, immediately after the headbutting, the victim came floating up. He came up from behind the skull-shaped rock and his body was all limp. What else could I think except that the killer whale was headbutting the victim?
Objection!
Objection! But if you didn't actually see the moment of attack itself, then it's pure conjecture. Phoenix, right? You had one hell of a pervy moment when the... Yeah, I'm just gonna deny that.
Sorry.
Anyway.
Objection!
Objection. Must I do everything around here?
How dare you speak so rudely to me?
There's no need for hysterics. Clear your mind and recall how you reached your conclusion.
Yes, you must, Simon.
Though you couldn't see what the orca was attacking, you didn't need to, did you? Because you knew she was behaving exactly as she had only 1 year prior.
What?
Huh?
Oh,
1 year ago?
that's right. Yes, that's it. That's how I knew the killer whale was headbutting the victim.
I'm sorry, but could someone explain exactly what happened a year ago?
If you must know, a very similar incident occurred only last year, in which the defendant murdered her trainer.
Oh
boy.
What? The orca murdered her trainer, you say?
Phoenix, you're gonna have to pull a big clue out of your ass for this. Please win this. For Mia's sake. Well, we haven't seen Mia. Well, yeah, that's right.
For Mia's sake, yes.
Yep. May she rest in peace. What? Is this really true? This is not looking good for us.
It's all in this book.
That book. The Killer Whale.
Oh.
That's Mr. Plum's latest work. I was just thinking of picking that up.
The Killer Whale added to the court
A
record.
non-fiction book by Norma DePlune. It's about the case from last year. Orca kills its trainer. Last year, the defendant killed her trainer in the middle of a show. The orca headbutted and bit the victim. Look at the teeth marks on it.
The same thing she's accused of in this case. Crap. Can we see that? That thing is a menace. Guilty, I say.
I didn't want to go to the beach again.
No. Now everyone's even more convinced that Orla did it.
We were doing so well, but now everyone in the room has a bad impression of Orla. I don't want to think she did it. But it's hard to keep on believing in somebody who can't even tell me her side.
Well, this son of a bitch of a case is going to be turned around. Not in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say I would have to agree on that.
Phoenix, Athena, you gotta believe in Orla. There's no way she killed anybody. You gotta save her. Please, I'm begging you.
Sasha, what am I doing downing my client like this? This is the time to be strong.
I believe in Orla, and I'm ready to fight for our client. I'll take everybody in this courtroom out if I have to.
Don't you worry, Sasha. We won't give up on Orla. We'll defend her to the very end.
Thank you. Thank you, both of you.
We are Orla's lawyers. Who else but us can save her? We can't give up on her now. Can I see this video? Let's take a look at this.
Yeah, okay, so...
So, okay, I bet you... Okay, so it's just the same cutscene we saw from earlier. Well, let's look at this. Okay. Now,
Yeah, look at the teeth marks on that thing over there. You see that?
Okay, so yeah, and look at the clothes on this woman. It's not like she got bit in the side of the body. I mean, it's only in the holster there, and there's no blood.
No blood. How can anyone buy it? It's ridiculous. Really.
Yeah, so it's like, where's the blood?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, Phoenix, do what you best at bullshit around the prosecutor's bullshit that he's putting.
Yeah, like turn this case around.
For an instant there, you were afraid of the orca, weren't you, Wright, Dono? When you saw the photograph of the victim from a year ago, you turned paler than me.
He saw right through me.
It's obvious you have neither the guts nor the determination to defend the orca.
It's true that Orla can't speak, and I don't know her thoughts. But there's a certain someone who believes in Orla with all her heart. I respect the trust she has in Orla, so I'm willing to believe in Orla too.
And what do you know about orcas? Nothing, that's what. So allow me to fill you in. Do you have any idea why orcas are also called killer whales? Because they are cunning and merciless predators that hunt and kill even true whales.
So killer whales really are killers. What terrifying creatures indeed.
I can't bear to hear any more of such rubbish as trusting a killer. Can you, your baldness?
No matter what you say, I will continue to believe. I don't give up that easily, you know.
Dullard. You don't know when to give up, do you? Very well. I shall give you a chance to prove just how determined you are. Witness, spare no court and lay the full truth on them.
Oh, but of course, that is what I do, after all.
Prosecutor Blackquill, what will you have the witness testify about?
I shall have her testify about what she saw and what she heard.
What she heard?
Very well, Mr. Plume. Please tell the court what you saw and what you heard.
Now, because keep in mind, the speakers can be, you could hear the whale's cries over the speakers.
So 4 viewers on Twitch, 6 viewers total, including us. What I saw and what I heard.
The killer whale's behavior was exactly the same as a year ago. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. I was calm when I saw it start to headbutt, but when the pirate-headed victim came floating up, I let out a scream.
Blackquill, if you don't shut your dollar store Jekyll and Hyde Hannibal Lecter Jack the Ripper behind up. So the orca displayed the same behavior as during the incident a year ago.
So hold up. Hold up. See, she's not wearing the hat here.
She's wearing a hat there.
All right.
That's right. Those weren't just simple cries, it was singing. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing.
Oh, I know why she's singing. Because every single time that the guy fell in the pool, she would sing the song. Remember?
Yeah.
It kept headbutting while it sang the Swashbuckler Spectacular song. That's right. It was singing the same song as it sang in the aquarium stage show back then.
In Florida, everything sings.
It was singing while it was headbutting. Oh, it was perfectly horrible.
I don't see a single obvious inconsistency in this testimony. It's clear I won't be able to take apart her statements with evidence alone.
Even if Lovely Shrub sings.
Mr. Wright, now will be a good time for me to put my skills to work. It's time to show what analytical psychology can really do.
You seem pretty confident. Let me guess. You noticed a contradiction between the testimony and her emotions.
You bet I did. And once we expose it, we just might be able to crack her. No, scratch that. Make it, we'll definitely be able to.
Then let's give your knowledge of analytical psychology a try.
You got it, boss. A complete analysis of Mr. Plume's heart coming right up.
Go, Thena. Yeah. Just wait till the next case we're gonna do. It'll be her time to shine. Trust me. Anyways, time for the mood matrix. Killer whale's behavior was exactly the same as a year ago. No emotions there. As I approached the pool, shocked. The killer whale suddenly started singing. Go, Thena, with your adorable high-tech couple ass. I like Thena. Yeah, I like her too.
Yeah, so she's shocked here.
I was calm when I saw it. So, wait,
She wasn't calm. She was sad.
That was quite a lot of fright. So you may want to pinpoint that.
Yep.
But when the pirate hat and Victor came floating up, I let out a scream. But no.
So she wasn't calm during the headbutting.
Right.
Do you see any emotions that seem odd or out of place? Pay attention to not only which emotions you see, but how strong they are too. An emotion might suddenly get stronger, for example, or you might see it grow weaker.
Okay, let me listen to her testimony again. Whale's behavior is exactly the same as a year ago.
I knew that she wasn't calm.
As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. She was surprised. And look at how sad that is.
No, wait, stop.
I know, hang on.
Because no rich person would be calm in a situation like that.
Simon says, got it. Mr. Plume, Orla really frightened you with her headbutting, didn't she?
Don't be absurd. I certainly was not frightened by the likes of any killer whale.
It must have been something else that scared her then, boss.
However, I do remember being very afraid for some reason while I was doing that.
It sounds like maybe you saw something we haven't discussed yet. Take your time and try to remember what it was. What did you see?
This is practically turning into a counseling session.
Welcome to West Florida, damn it.
Saw something?
Uh-oh.
Oh, I remember now.
50%.
Halfway there.
Okay, good. Now, if you could please tell the court what you saw.
I saw bright red blood. The killer whale's ramming caused the victim to bleed. There was a great cloud of blood.
What?
Yes, that's it. That's why I was so sure. That's when I knew that the killer whale had killed a person for the second time.
Well, that was a very compelling statement indeed. Looking at this again, there does appear to be something that could be a cloud of blood.
So her terror was a reaction to blood, was it? That would certainly explain what happened yesterday. Please take a look at this blood-stained coin.
Cease and desist at once. What kind of man shows a lady blood?
Shouldn't have to get so worked up. Remember? Yeah.
I was badly injured during an interview once. Ever since then, I've been terrified of blood. The very sight of it dreadfully upsets my delicate sensibilities.
This is a bad turn. If Mr. Plume saw blood, then does that mean Orla really did attack the victim?
It would appear that orcas are even more vicious than I am. So, how does it feel to be thoroughly rammed by your own cross-examination, Wright, Dono?
Phrasing!
What do we do now, boss?
That testimony was not at all what I expected to hear.
Wait a minute. There's still some discord left in Mr. Plume's heart.
What? You mean there's more?
Yes, but there's no telling what it is. It could be something even more damaging.
Is there even anything left of our case to damage? Well, whatever it is, we have to face it head on.
Damn right, son.
Athena, you believe in Orla, right? If so, there's no reason for us to shy away from the truth. I'm gonna go play Uno. Be sure to roast the Plume and Blackquill for me.
Yeah,
you
sure
got it,
thing.
boss.
And thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, you're right.
I know we can handle the truth, whatever it is. So let's delve a little deeper.
You got it, boss.
Killer whale's behavior was exactly the same as a year ago. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing.
So she's got surprise.
There's the info update.
After it started headbutting, I saw that awful blood and was terrified. Okay, go next.
Yep.
Well, when the pirate hat and victim came floating up, I let out a scream. Okay, so why? There's the strength of the fright.
So she's not that scared anymore. Got it. Huh? Her fear appears to lessen here at this statement. Ms. de Plume, weren't you afraid when you saw the victim with blood coming out of him? My, that's a very good question. I was shaken after witnessing a murder, yes, but then the blood seemed to disappear. Disappear? What do you suppose that was? Simple. It was because of the pirate hat. After the killer whale put the hat on, the cloud of blood disappeared. Objection! And how exactly does that work? How should I know? I'm just telling you what I remember, Blue Boy. Wait a minute. From whom was this blood that Ms. de Plume saw actually coming from?
Was it from the
Well, hang
orca
on. Okay, so
herself?
let me see. There's only two people that we can think of, right?
Right.
The victim, Captain Shipley, and the orca herself. Now, if she put on the pirate hat and the blood disappeared, but what the heck was... Oh, because probably she cracked her own head open. Take that! Consider this. Maybe the one who was bleeding wasn't the victim. I beg your pardon? What kind of ridiculous nonsense is that? There was no one else in that pool besides the victim. Oh, I wouldn't say there was no one else. It is an orca pool, after all.
What? Then where is this alleged injury on the defendant?
I'm not sure, but if simply wearing the pirate hat made the blood disappear, then the blood must have been coming from somewhere on Orla's head. What? Oh my God.
The orca's head? What are you prattling on about now?
Please think about it again, Mr. Plume. Think back to what you really saw.
That is, the one who was bleeding was not the victim, but the killer whale? I remember now. There wasn't any blood coming from the victim after all. Oh.
Next. And that's it. Bye-bye.
We did it! Analytical psychology got us what we needed from her.
That was a huge help, Athena. It's also pretty dicey for a while, though.
Well, this is a surprise. The blood the witness saw was the defendant's, not the victim's.
That is correct. And since there was no blood coming from the victim, there's only one thing we can conclude. That what Ms. de Plume witnessed was not the moment of the murder, as she claims.
What is it?
Objection. I thought you were unarmed, but it turned out you were concealing a sword all along. Nevertheless, it is far too dull to cut to the bone.
Meaning?
I grant that what the witness saw was not the victim's blood, but it proves nothing. After all, being rammed doesn't always result in a wound that bleeds, does it? Death from internal hemorrhaging is also a possibility.
Now hold up a second. Now remember, Jack Shipley died from a contusion from head trauma.
Mm-hmm.
So, he has a point there.
If you wish to challenge me to a duel, you'll need a sharper blade than that, right, Dono? I demand evidence that proves the witness did not see the moment of the murder.
Well, what's that photo that's got that cut on his head? There must be something. Think, Phoenix. If I'm correct, then the victim's death occurred before de Plume saw it. If the victim was already dead when Orla started her headbutting, then that would mean he died sometime before Ms. de Plume was watching her. The events Ms. de Plume witnessed took place at around 10:10 a.m., Now hang on a second. I must have something that can tell us about what happened before 10:10 a.m. Hey Marlin, take that! This is the evidence that proves Ms. DePlume did not see the moment of the murder.
I don't think so.
Huh? I'm not sure that's really related to what Mr. Plume did or didn't witness.
But you're not sure, right?
No, we can be quite sure it's unrelated.
Yes, quite.
Ouch. I guess we can be. Since Ms. DePlume witness took place at around 10:10 a.m. I must have something that can tell us about what happened before 10:10 a.m.
It has to be that camera again, doesn't it?
This one again?
What is
Well,
story?
okay, that's 10:09, right?
You all right? What is?
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Take that!
We've only seen the footage from 10:09 to 10:10 a.m., which means there's still footage going further back that we need to check. Your Honor, I request that all of the security footage be played for the court.
All of the footage?
Ms. DePlume witnessed a cloud of blood at around 10:10 a.m., but I believe the victim was already dead by that time.
So your assertion is that the murder took place before Ms. DePlume arrived?
Exactly. The security camera footage starts at 10 a.m. when the aquarium opened. And I believe there is vital evidence in the 10 minutes before.
You are quite the gambling man, right, Dono? Are you honestly willing to risk everything on those mere 10 minutes?
I've been on slimmer chances before, but when he puts it that way...
Hold it! My boss is no coward, Prosecutor Blackquill, so I suggest you get ready to eat humble pie.
Uh-oh. I can't back down now.
Well, if the defense is that confident in its importance, Prosecutor Blackquill, the security footage.
Fulbright.
Roger, I have the rest of the security footage right here.
Very well. Please play it for the court.
Please have something for me. This is what it looked like at 10:10 a.m. The witness can be seen here. All right, I'll just back the footage up to the beginning now.
10:09 and 10:06.
It appears Ms. DePlume hasn't arrived yet at this point.
Now to see if I can find something from before this point in time.
10:03 and 10:10, 10 o'clock.
Is that it? Yup, that's all the footage there is.
Well, Mr. Wright, did you see what you were looking for?
We got nothing.
Well, right, Dono. Those were the 10 minutes you placed your bet on. Did you see anything of significance?
Did I see anything important? I'd better think about this carefully. In the footage, we see some... Now let's take a look. Hang on. So there's 10:09, right? 10.
No. That's it.
So, well, how the heck do I see the rest of it?
You can't.
All right, what does story mode tell us? Nothing important. Really? We can see nothing of importance in that footage. Well, hang on. Maybe that fact itself may be important on its own.
Just as I thought.
You're right about that. That section was completely meaningless. It doesn't show a thing. That's why I didn't submit it as evidence.
Objection!
Objection! No, it's just the opposite. Huh? What do you mean by that? In this 10 minutes of footage, something important that should be there isn't there. Detective Fulbright, this footage should have been submitted as evidence. What? Are you questioning the way I carry out my duty to justice?
Mr. Wright, explain yourself, please. What is this important thing that you say should be in the footage but isn't?
Either this guy's head or the victim's blood. But I'm gonna guess the photos here, the photo of the body.
Take that!
I was right. Take that. The important thing we should see in the footage is the victim himself, Jack Shipley. I don't know about you, but I didn't see him get in the pool in that footage.
Oh,
That's right. If the victim is not shown entering the pool in this footage, it means that he must have been there by the skull rock during those 10 minutes. But no human being can hold their breath underwater for that long. Well, wait a minute. Are you saying? When the security camera started up at 10 a.m., the victim was already dead. What? He died
already
before.
dead?
What?
order! Order in the court.
I got a little ahead of myself there.
If that's the case, then when was the victim murdered?
I don't know, Your Honor, but we now know it had to have been sometime before 10 a.m. Therefore, this footage can no longer be called decisive evidence against my client.
But there is no one else who could have killed the victim.
Not necessarily. The defense believes that the true culprit may have been human, and we have evidence to back up our theory as well.
Do you now? I would be very interested in seeing this evidence.
The defense's trump card, that thing we found during our investigation yesterday. I wouldn't go so far as to call it decisive, but now's the time to play it.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Please submit your evidence. What evidence shows that the crime may have been committed by a human?
All together, everybody. Yar, shiver me timbers. Take that!
What's this? A coin?
Yes, a fake coin used in the aquarium's pirate show. We found it beside the pool. This coin is quite possibly the real murder weapon.
This tiny little coin is the murder weapon? Mr. Wright, this is another one of your bluffs.
As they say, the bolder the presentation, the less confident the solicitor.
This is no bluff, and this isn't the only coin. There are 300 of these coins in all, weighing a total of about 7 pounds. This one just happens to have blood on it.
Did you have the blood analyzed to see whose it is?
Not yet. But there were coins scattered all around the body, and the victim had a head wound. Taking these things into account, I believe it has to be the victim's blood. So to put it together, we have about 7 pounds of coins by the side of the pool. One of them with a blood stain on it. I think the answer is pretty clear here. Your Honor, the defense proposes that the victim was killed beside the pool.
The side of the pool? But if the murder took place there, it would be difficult to say the orca did it.
I realize you're trying to defend your client, but that theory is preposterous. How could 300 coins possibly be made to hit someone all at once?
Uh-huh.
It'd be pretty easy if they were in a bag or something of that nature.
And so where is this bag the coins were in?
Unfortunately, Your Honor, we recovered nothing of the sort from the scene. It's possible the culprit took it with them.
They took it?
The true culprit used the coins as a blunt instrument to commit murder. They then threw the body into the pool before the security cameras started up. And then they left, taking the bag the coins were in with them. They got rid of the evidence that points to a human culprit to pin the blame on Orla.
I don't know.
That was brilliant, Mr. Wright. You found a way to introduce the possibility of a human perpetrator.
Yeah, somehow. Let's hope my luck holds out. Now, you know what? You know who suspect number 1 is now? Marlon Rhymes.
Oh boy.
You know, I don't know why. He had a note on his calendar to meet the captain at 7:00 in the morning. Okay? And that's the only time we know anybody met anybody with the captain at before 10 o'clock. And I think the motive might be he was in love with the previous trainer that was killed, and he got back at Jack Shipley for revenge. Evening, Maddie.
Maddie, good evening.
I wonder why Prosecutor Blackquill hasn't said anything.
The possibility of a perpetrator other than the defendant has now been suggested. But if we hold this possibility to be true, then what did Ms. de Plume witness?
That's right. I saw the killer whale attack the victim, just like it did a year ago, singing a song.
I guess there still is that. Even with somebody else as the culprit, Orla's behavior still seems pretty bizarre. I wonder why she was doing the same things she did a year ago.
But is it really that bizarre?
What do you mean?
To explain the inexplicable, all we have to do is turn our thinking around.
Turn our thinking around, huh? Sounds good to me.
Time to give the old turn my thinking around method a try. Instead of trying to figure out why Orla did the same thing she did a year ago, I should consider the results that were produced by her behavior this time around. Orla sang a song, did some headbutts, and bit the victim. If the real culprit wanted to shift the suspicion onto Orla, then they would have needed to give people a reason to think Orla did it in the first place.
Mr. Wright, as her lawyer, how do you explain your client's actions?
Hey, thanks for sticking the stream, Alex.
Liking the stream, yes.
I believe we should think of it in this way, Your Honor. What kind of effect did Orla's actions have on the case?
Very well, then why don't you explain it for the court? How did the defendant's actions affect the case?
Either they created a witness or they got rid of evidence.
They created a witness. Yeah.
Ms. de Plume focused her attention on the orca pool because she heard the song. The orca's act of singing a song created a witness.
Created a witness?
Isn't it possible that fabricating a witness was the real culprit's true intention? After all, Ms. de Plume witnessed two things. She saw Orla headbutt something over and over, and she saw the orca bite the victim. Those two actions of Orla's might have been the real culprit's plot to make the witness think the orca was attacking the victim.
Are you saying that the defendant was being manipulated by the true perpetrator?
Exactly. And that would explain Orla's actions perfectly.
But the defendant is an orca. Is it even possible to manipulate her?
Oh, yes. Yes, there is a way to manipulate Orla's behavior. With this.
The whistle.
Take that.
Is this a whistle?
Yes, Your Honor. Trainers at the aquarium use whistles to issue commands to Orla. But in truth, anyone can do it, provided they know the right signals.
Ah, that must be how they get Orla to do tricks for their pirate shows.
The true culprit hid the body in a spot that couldn't be seen from the visitor's corridor. Then when Ms. de Plume appeared, they gave Orla the commands. In other words, Orla was manipulated by the culprit to perform a series of tricks.
What?
And as for you, Ms. de Plume, you were manipulated by the true culprit to play the part of the witness. Oh boy.
I think she's gonna lose it.
Norma de Plume was set up? Norma de Plume, writer extraordinaire, was used? No. No!
Mr. Pooh, please do something about your attire.
Ugh. That was one wardrobe malfunction I did not want to see.
It would appear we need to shift our suspicion towards someone other than Orla. Prosecutor Blackquill, please have the bloodstained coin analyzed. You waste your breath.
I guess even Prosecutor Blackquill can't refute the possibility of a human suspect.
You did it, boss! If the crime happened beside the pool, there's no way an orca could have done it.
Now, if only we could find the bag the coins were in.
In light of the new discovery, it would appear that the orca couldn't have done it.
Exactly, Your Honor. If the blood on the coin proves to be that of the victim, we can unequivocally overturn Orla's accusation.
Objection!
Objection!
Uh-oh.
Overturn the defendant's accusation? I think not.
Huh. Ah! My hair! My beautiful hair!
Yesterday, a new inmate was brought into the prison. He said, "The moment you relax is when you're most vulnerable." And what did this man go in for? He is merely a sneaky thief who enjoys a spot of fishing now and again. But Wright Dono here would be easier to hook than any fish.
That hawk sure does love the judge's head.
What's this? That coin from beforehand? Some sort of bag?
Oh, they do have the bag.
Well,
A bag. I don't think I'm gonna like this.
this is the coin bag the 300 coins were in. I believe you were looking for this.
How did you get that?
I never said we didn't find it at the crime scene. The bag had blood on it, so naturally, I had it sent to the crime lab.
And does the blood belong to the victim?
It does indeed, as does the blood on the coin.
Bingo! So we now know how the victim died. I knew it. So the blood on the coin did belong to the victim.
The bag was open and the coins had all spilled out. But the bag alone wasn't proof enough to say that it was used as the murder weapon. However, thanks to the defense and their coin, I am more than satisfied that it was.
Prosecutor Blackquill, are you conceding that the true culprit committed the murder with the bag of coins?
I shall concede that the victim was put into the pool after his death. However, even with the bag, it doesn't change the fact it was the orca that killed the victim.
What? What? How can you still suspect Orla?
You said that the true culprit manipulated Orla's behavior.
Oh.
But Orla isn't the kind of orca that would let someone control her. If anything, Orla used the victim's behavior against him to murder him.
What? But
Are you arguing that the orca manipulated a human being?
To prove it, I have summoned another witness. Marlon Rhymes. Take the stand.
But Marlon Rhymes is a witness?
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
That can't end well. Well, don't just stand there. State your name. I told you I didn't want to be a witness. I thought one witness would be quite enough to prove the defendant's guilt. But apparently Wright Dono won't be satisfied until every stone is turned. Well, son of a... Alright, fine. If I gotta talk, let's get this over with.
Mr. Rhymes doesn't seem like a willing witness.
Wonder what Prosecutor Blackwell's gonna have him testify about.
So could we have your name and occupation for the record, witness? All right, yo, ho, ho, people of the law, time to testify. Chilling with my crew at the ship shape, orcas, penguins, and the seascape, cleaning and feeding. There ain't no end. But them bright kids' tours, I shall transcend. Noob animal keeper from the house of rhymes. I'm the master keeper, miner with the rhymes. Ho! Oh my, I'm afraid I couldn't understand a word you said. Is that a flip-flop music young people nowadays like?
So close, Your Honor. So close, and yet so far.
Please proceed with your testimony, witness, without the flip-flop. Okay, fine. But I don't want to do this, I tell you. I feel like I'm selling Sasha out.
What do you mean by that?
Well, talk to us, Marlin, the man manipulating Orca. At about 10 a.m., I was in the staff room. I heard a loud noise from the pool room. I went to the door to look in. I couldn't see the captain or the Orca, but I saw a bunch of coins scattered around. The Orca knows there's a certain spot people stay in to play volleyball with her.
Now hang on a second. You weren't up there at 10 a.m. You were in the meal prep room.
I think maybe she knocked down the stuff that was piled up there and hit the captain. Nah, not happening.
So that gives us a little more info about the area around the Orca pool. Orca pool diagram updated in the court record.
Pool's about 65. It also has information about the area around the Orca pool on the first and second floor. 65 feet deep.
The defendant made the stuff fall down?
Overturned crate and assorted props were scattered all over the pool room floor. There is no doubt that it was the Orca that caused the mess.
Well, in manner of speaking, he's kind of right. But it wasn't... But Athena was the one playing volleyball.
But could she really have done that from within the pool?
In a manner of speaking...
As I said, the Orca is the only one that could have performed such a feat. The pool and its room were tidied the night before, including its various odds and ends. But when our rhyming Marlin took a look-see, over 400 pounds of props had fallen. To move it all in one go would challenge even the brawny prisoner in the cell next to mine.
What is he, the jail gossip?
So, how did 400 pounds of items fall all at once? I'll tell you how. The Orca pulled on the cloth that was underneath them. A weight that would be all but impossible for a human to move. Was child's play to an Orca.
Oh, that's a plausible theory.
During a friendly game of volleyball, the defendant made the crates fall, and the bag of coins that was among the items fell on the victim's head and killed him. The Orca then toyed with the victim's body underwater, which is what Mr. Plume saw.
Objection!
Objection! But the witness only said he heard a loud noise. That doesn't automatically make it the sound of Orla making the items fall. Also, why did you only look in on the pool room anyway, Mr. Rhymes?
That Orca sometimes make a loud noise to summon a trainer, but I'm still a newbie, so I don't have a security card to get into the pool room yet. So even if she tries to summon somebody, there isn't much I can do about it. I see. So the witness couldn't enter the crime scene.
Objection!
Objection! If Mr. Rhymes couldn't enter the room, there's at least one thing he can't be sure about. His statement that the Orca was playing volleyball is purely speculation.
Silence.
Whether the Orca was actually playing volleyball or not is not the issue. Traces of the Orca's saliva were found on the cloth that was underneath the crates. The important point is that the Orca is the only one that could have moved the items.
I have to discredit that statement somehow. If I don't, it'd mean that Orla was the culprit, even if the victim died beside the pool. And she didn't mean to do it anyway. It'd be all right, cross-examination time.
But think about this. Where was Marlin Rhymes at the time?
Yeah, he was in the food prep room.
Manipulating Orca.
Yeah, so, okay.
At about 10 a.m., I was in the staff room. No, you weren't. You were in the food prep room.
Now, hold on a second. Yeah, it was accidentally switched with Pearl's calendar around 10 a.m., so
Objection!
I knew this was going to come into play. You say you were in the staff room, but is that really true?
Of course it's true. Why would I lie about a thing like that?
Mr. Rhymes, have you ever seen this calendar before?
Hey, that's...
I see you recognize it.
Yeah, that's the rifle calendar. It's a big hit at the Ship Shape Aquarium gift shop. Thank you for shopping at Ship Shape. Mr. Rhymes, please refrain from scattering fish around the witness stand.
Not to worry, Your Boldness. Taka will have them cleaned up in no time.
I guess that bird comes in handy now and then.
All right, Mr. Wright. We have all seen your cute souvenir. Now, if you wouldn't mind...
No, Your Honor, this isn't my calendar. It was originally the witness's, but it came into the possession of a certain young lady.
What?
Mr. Rhymes and this young lady first met each other in the food prep room. After a mishap, their calendars got switched. They got switched around. They ran into each other at about 10 a.m. in the food prep room. So clearly the witness was not in the staff room. In other words, there's no way he could have heard the noise in the pool room upstairs.
Ah! What's this? This is the first I'm hearing about any calendar.
That's because Mr. Rhymes and Pearls were keeping it a secret.
You lied to me. This transgression will not go unpunished. Ah! So, Mr. Rhymes, you didn't hear the noise of the equipment falling after all, did you?
Well, maybe he did.
Okay, I admit it. I didn't hear the noise in the orca pool room myself, but somebody told me about it.
Who told you about it?
It was...
Unless you tell the truth, Mr. Rhymes, I can't save Orla. And I'm sure you know how sad that would make Ms. Buckler.
I heard about it from Sasha.
Huh? What? From Ms. Buckler?
But that doesn't make sense.
What is going on here?
Now it's the trainer's own words that drive the orca into a corner. How do you like being bitten by your own client, Wright, Dono?
Well, how does that do? How does that prove anything? Ugh, certainly didn't see this coming.
What perfect timing. There was something I wanted to ask Miss Buckler about the orca.
The prosecution calls the trainer, Ms. Sasha Buckler, to the stand. Yes, I suppose it would be a good idea to hear what the orca's trainer has to say.
I don't know what Sasha's gonna say, but I'll just have to meet it head on, whatever it is.
We will take a 20-minute recess while the witness is summoned.
Okay,
To be continued. I think we got the time to continue.
let's
don't
keep
we?
this going, baby.
Yes, we need to know what Sasha Buckler has to say about this. Now let's keep forward. We got an orca to save. Da-da-da-da-da, charge! Yes.
July 21st, 10:39 a.m. District Court. Defendant's Lobby, number 3.
Mr. Wright, are you going to cross-examine Sasha?
I guess I'll have to ask her about the noise from the stuff falling down.
Mr. Wright,
Mr. Rhymes, why did you lie?
I didn't want Sasha to have to appear in court. I thought if anybody had to testify, I should be the one to do it for her.
But why would you go to all those lengths?
Did you see the entry for the 20th in that calendar?
The note about meeting the captain at the orca pool?
Yeah, I found that calendar in the nap room. I think it's probably Sasha's.
What? Then that means...
I guess it does look like more of a woman's calendar than a man's. Calendar updated in the court
Apparently
record.
belongs to Sasha. Meeting with the victim was scheduled for 7 a.m. on the 20th.
Oh, that's no good.
I didn't want suspicion to fall on Sasha. Mr. Wright, I gotta go back to the aquarium to look after the orca in Sasha's place. I'll be rooting for you on the other end of that TV phone. Please take care of Sasha.
Okay, we can't let Prosecutor Blackquill get the best of us. Time to refocus.
You're right. After all, we're the only ones who can save Orla.
All right, then, let's do it.
Man, I don't like this at all. Man, listen. July 21st, 11:02 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4.
The court will now reconvene. Oh, Dad just sent us a funny picture.
All right.
Prosecutor Blackquill, please call the witness to the stand.
Again, you waste your breath.
My name is Sasha, and I be one of Captain Orla's swashbucklers. I come to rescue me buckle from the false charges put on here by third pilot Nostache.
Mustache?
I guess Nostache refers to Prosecutor Blackquill this time.
Well, it can't be the judge. He has a mustache and a full beard.
Now then, Captain Judge, shall we begin the pilot court?
Captain Judge? I rather like that. It makes me feel like a salty old sea dog.
And scene. How's that for a self-intro?
The court is not a show. State your name, state your full name and occupation.
I'm Sasha Buckler. I work at Shipshape Aquarium. I perform in our Swashbuckler Spectacular Pirate Show along Orla as her trainer.
Wow, you seem like a completely different person now.
You really think so? Thanks. I was in my pirate show persona just then. Prosecutor Blackquill said I could introduce myself any way I like.
I'd bet money he'd think you weren't. I'd bet money he didn't think you were gonna do it like that.
And what will this witness testify about?
The orca manipulated the victim into playing volleyball and then knocked the items down. The witness will report about hearing the noise that caused the victim's death.
Now wait just a minute. Sure, Orla uses the ball to break props sometimes. She even spiked the ball at the giant octopus's leg yesterday when I was cleaning.
So Orla was the one who broke that leg, huh?
But she couldn't have knocked down that huge stack of equipment with her little ball.
I thought you were paying attention to the trial over the telecast, but you apparently know nothing of what we have been discussing. The orca knocked down the equipment by pulling on the cloth that was underneath it. No one said anything about the orca knocking it down with a ball.
What? Is that what we're talking about? Ugh. I came in here to give Prosecutor Mustache a good keel hauling. But I'm the one getting the cat o' nine tails. Ooh, he's as vicious as a tiger shark. Miss Buckler, just focus on your testimony and you'll be all right. Don't worry, we'll take care of that tiger shark for you. Thank you, Athena. Okay, I can do this. My testimony will be phenomenal.
All right, Miss Buckler, please proceed with your testimony. All right, look carefully. Witness testimony time. Spill the beans, lady. Hear the noise.
I admit I heard Orla summoning me with a loud noise, but the aquarium guest scream I heard over the walkie-talkie was more urgent. I talked to Norma de Plume first, and then went into the pool room with the security guard. The equipment was everywhere, and the captain was lying in the middle of it all.
What equipment are you talking about, Sasha? Her story doesn't seem to be much different from Marlon Rhymes' testimony.
Or does it? The circumstances are different. The actual order of Orla's actions depend on the order the witness heard the two noises. If she heard the scream first, the prosecution's claims don't stand up.
Objection!
Objection.
Unfortunately for you, she doesn't remember the order of what she heard.
She doesn't?
I was distracted at the time, so I don't really recall which one I heard first. I was lost in thought until the guard brought me back to myself. Sorry I'm no help.
As long as the order remains unclear, I shall not alter the prosecution's claims. After killing the victim with the bag of coins, the orca toyed with the body in the water.
I have to turn things around here somehow. Unless I can prove the sound Sasha heard was not the sound of the victim's murder, Blackquill's claim that Orla pulled down the equipment to kill the victim will stand. If I want to save Orla, I have to find a contradiction, no matter how small.
Very well. Your cross-examination, please, Mr. Wright. I'd say go to that fourth statement. What about the equipment? Hearing the noise.
I admit I heard Orla summon to me with a loud noise. But the aquarium guest scream I heard over the walkie-talkie was more urgent. I talked to Norman de Plume first and then went to the pool room with the security guard. The equipment was everywhere, and the captain was lying in the middle of it all.
Hold it!
Hold it! What do you recall about the scene exactly?
I don't remember much, to be honest. I was in total shock from seeing the captain like that. If you ask me something specific, I might be able to remember, though.
Specific questions, huh? Okay, let's see. What should I ask her about?
The things scattered around.
Could you tell me more about the things that were scattered around?
They were equipment and props for the new show.
The new show?
Yeah, we were supposed to debut a brand new swashbuckler spectacular yesterday. We already defeated the giant octopus in Mustache after all. We were gonna have a new nemesis, Red Stash. He's on the flyer.
Let's see.
Oh, that's the flyer Rifle was distributing. Who will obtain the gold coins hidden in the Skull Rock? Ooh, I wish it could be me. Leave it to you, Athena, to know all about it. Ola's even got some new tricks for the new show.
Swashbuckler flyer update in the court record. Advertising for a new show.
So all the stuff that fell down was for the new show, is that it?
That's right. Bunch of props and crates and other equipment stacked up.
Your Honor, for the record, I'd like that information added to the witness's testimony.
Very well. Ms. Buckler, please append what you just said to your testimony.
Sure thing. The props for the new show were everywhere, and the captain was in the middle of it all.
Girl on that.
Hold it!
Hold it! These props for the new show. What kind of things were they?
A blow-up dolphin and anchor, Red Stash's costume, the bag of coins, stuff like that. The captain was wearing his usual costume, and the new props were all there.
Wait a minute. Something about that doesn't seem right. Is there a problem with Sasha's testimony?
I think there is.
Yes, there is. You say the captain was wearing his usual costume, but is that completely accurate?
Come on, Phoenix. What are you nitpicking my testimony for?
If we look at the body, we see that there's a discrepancy between that and your statement. You stated that the victim was wearing his usual costume, but you'll notice that the victim was wearing a red scarf around his neck. I imagine this red scarf is part of his costume for the new pirate show.
Oh, you're right. It's written right here in the flyer for the new show, featuring the dashing Red Stash with a fluttering red scarf.
Although, I have to say, it just looks like a red scarf was added to his old costume. Yeah, well, the captain was never one to spend much money on costumes. But, you know, the captain wasn't wearing that red scarf.
But in this photo, I believe I see a red scarf.
Yeah, but it's not wrapped around his neck. It just draped on top of his neck.
Why is that, I wonder?
That red scarf was packed away with the rest of the new show's equipment. It must have fallen on top of the captain when the equipment fell down.
Oh, I see.
It looks like your discrepancy wasn't really a discrepancy after all.
So the scarf doesn't have anything to do with the case? But there's something about the timing of the stuff falling that bothers me. Hold on. The timing of the stuff falling. The timing. Maybe my theory has been all wrong from the beginning. Maybe the bag of coins isn't the murder weapon.
And so your last cross-examination ends in failure as well. You should know that such a feeble slash will never hurt me. As I said, the orca made the equipment fall and then toyed with the body in the water.
Objection!
Objection! I'm sorry, Prosecutor Blackquill, but based on the circumstances at the scene, the defendant couldn't have dragged the body into the water after the equipment fell.
And why, pray tell, is that?
Oh, I'll tell you all right. If my theory has been all wrong, then I'll just have to fix it.
Yes, Mr. Wright. Please do tell the court. What indicates that the body was not dragged into the water after the items fell?
Well, it's either that head wound, this whistle. It's a scarf.
Take that!
Right, that's what we were talking about. This red scarf fell at the same time as the bag of coins. But if the body was dragged into the pool after the bag of coins fell, then the red scarf wouldn't still be on top of the body.
What?
In other words, the victim was already dead when the equipment came crashing down. Therefore, the bag of coins that fell with the red scarf was not the murder weapon.
Silence. But it was the defense who claimed the bag of coins was the murder weapon to begin with.
Well, yes, that's true.
Do you intend to abandon your original argument?
After hearing the testimony, I realized my theory about the murder weapon was wrong. Please recall the facts we have learned so far. It's a fact that what Orla bit was the victim's dead body.
After all, when we saw the victim on the security footage, he was already dead.
But then, Orla carried the victim's body to the side of the pool and knocked down the equipment for the new pirate show that was piled up there. Maybe Orla was trying to alert the humans to the victim's condition. If Orla knocked the items down on the victim after he was already dead, then it means the defendant didn't kill the victim with those items.
But that's preposterous! What in the world? How would... Even still, your argument is lacking. If neither the orca's headbutting nor the bag of coins were the manner of death, then how do you propose the victim was killed?
Ah!
A very good point. If the defense is now abandoning its original theory, then we would need a new theory as to what the murder weapon was.
Ugh. All right. I doubt I have no clue would go over well.
All right, let's go over what we still need to find out about the victim's body.
What we don't know is how he died and why his body was at the bottom of the pool. I wonder if there's something that would explain both of those things at once.
How did the victim's body sink into the bottom of the pool? On a diagram, it's easy enough to move the body to the bottom of the pool. But in real life, the water would just cause the body to float.
Right. Hold on. Water? Okay, then what if we flip that around? What if there was no water? Then the body would go right down in an instant. So could the real manner of death be? Thanks for the great hint, Athena.
What? I helped you and I didn't even know it?
Your Honor, I think we know the real manner of the victim's death.
I think won't do, Mr. Wright. I expect a clear answer. Now then, what was the real manner of Jack Shipley's death?
What's the manner of death that moved the victim to the bottom of the pool in an instant? Falling. Please take a look at this diagram of the orca pool. If there was no water in this pool, then it would be very easy to move the victim's body to the bottom of the pool.
He would drop straight down. Oh my! Could that be the true manner of death?
The orca pool is about 65 feet deep. If the victim were to go from the top of the pool to the bottom where there was no water, then he would, without question, have fallen to his death.
Death from a fall. Ugh. And that's your answer?
It all makes perfect sense. If he fell, that would explain the signs of blunt force trauma all over the body, too.
The culprit pushed the victim into the pool when there was no water in it. After doing something to keep the body from floating up, they filled the pool with water. The pool water washed away any signs of blood, so no one would realize that he fell. So,
Surprisingly, that actually makes sense.
Well, that's
was
why
it
that's why there wasn't a wound on Orla's head, and it was the victim's blood.
Order! Order in the court! I'm just as surprised as you are, but I must have order! If falling was the manner of death, then does that mean the defendant's behavior was the result of being manipulated by the true culprit as the defense claimed?
Yes, it would have to be. All that needs to be explained now is how the real culprit commanded Orla. Ms. Buckler, is there a way to instruct Orla to bite someone?
What? What kind of trick would that be? Of course not.
Then could you tell us about the tricks Orla does know?
Well, there's jumping, dancing, and playing volleyball. And she could spin, do the rock and roll trick, and sing the Swashbuckler Spectacular song.
Those sound like pretty nice tricks, but I doubt they're related to this case.
She's also practicing 2 new top secret tricks. There's the human rocket where she shoots somebody up in the air, and then there's the lifesaver trick where she brings a drowning person to the surface.
Ding, 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 ding.
Bingo!
Hey, one of these top secret tricks might have something to do with the case. Now, which of these 2 tricks sounds relevant to the case?
The lifesaver trick.
Has to be the lifesaver trick.
I knew it from the start.
So in the lifesaver trick, Orla brings a drowning person to the surface, correct?
You caught it. Orla's still learning how to hold someone gently in her mouth. So she sometimes bites into their clothes, but she's never hurt a person's skin. She brings a drowning person to the surface? Then that must be it!
And then the killer whale swam up toward the surface with the victim in its mouth.
That matches up perfectly with what Mr. Bloom said in her testimony.
The real culprit must have used the lifesaver trick command to manipulate Orla.
I still find this very hard to believe.
Then let's see it for ourselves. Let's have Orla show us her trick using a practice dummy.
As you wish. The prosecution doesn't appear to have any objection. Ms. Buckler, please proceed.
There's a rhyme and reason here.
Okay, sure. I'll show you Orla's phenomenal trick. Hey Marlin, are you ready over there?
Okay, let me just go get the practice done. There, it's in the pool. Ready and standing by, Sasha.
Here goes. Orla's secret new trick, the lifesaver.
And here it goes. And there you have it.
The clothes got torn up a little, but the dummy doesn't have any new marks on it. And there you have it, Orla's secret new trick.
Woohoo!
Wow, that orca is really something.
Cute thing like that wouldn't hurt anybody. Sounds like the gallery loved Orla's performance.
That was great. That awesome trick captured everybody's heart.
Ho, ho, ho. Wonderful. I wish I could see more.
Looks like we silenced Prosecutor Blackquill.
Thank you, Orla and Miss Buckler. And thank you too, Mr. Rhymes. And so now you can clearly see how Orla was manipulated. The bottom of the orca pool needs to be examined immediately. We might still find some evidence of the victim falling to his death.
Prosecutor Blackquill, please have that taken care of at once. Excuse me, Prosecutor Blackquill, but I am requesting further investigation. Taser!
Test, Prosecutor Blackquill. You have to answer the nice judge politely. Oh, that's right, I almost forgot. The thing you asked for just came in.
And you couldn't be bothered to think of a less violent way to deliver it?
What did Prosecutor Blackquill ask for?
I've been waiting for this.
Oh, and what is that?
An updated autopsy report.
What? Why did it have to come now?
During the recess, I ordered the body to be re-examined. Something started nagging at me during the course of the trial, you see. Here.
I take it you like me to read it? Very well. Cause of death, thought to be from 65-foot fall.
Shipley's autopsy report updated in the court record.
It's a death from brain contusion or signs of blood force trauma all over the body. Details updated. But this is decisive evidence that substantiates Mr. Wright's theory.
Now, hang on. Cause of death, contusion from head trauma. Thought to be from 65-foot fall in the pool. Bruised all over. Ceiling to pool bottom is 100 feet. Blow to head received after death. Oh. Why do they add the detail about where the ceiling to the pool bottom is? And the blow to the head was received after death? What the heck? What? It's something good for a change?
If the manner of death was falling into an empty pool, the orca can't be responsible. It seems Orla's complete innocence has been proven.
I suppose I can't deny that.
This is fantastic! You did it, Mr. Wright! Prosecutor Blackquill isn't even trying to refute it! Orla is saved!
All right, guys, I'm off for the night. Keep up the good stuff.
Thanks, Chuck. Thanks for staying even for a moment. Yeah. Is it really safe to celebrate?
It would appear more investigation into this case is necessary. But first, allow me to render my verdict. The court finds the defendant, Orla Shipley,
Not guilty! Yay!
Orla.
Let's go!
Yes, sir!
Guess you won't have to be put down now.
Yes, sir!
You did it! Thank you so much, Phoenix. Thank you, Athena.
Orla and Martin, thank you, too.
Congrats, Sasha. Time to celebrate. Go on, eat up.
Glad to see everybody so happy, and I'm absolutely thrilled about the verdict.
Thank you, Wright Dono.
Huh? For what?
The drained pool. Thanks to you, the truth is finally clear. Fulbright, arrest this woman.
Certainly. Right away, Prosecutor Blackquill. Sasha Buckler, you are hereby under arrest for the murder of Jack Shipley.
What?
What are you talking about? What reason could you possibly have?
Come now, you must have had some idea in the back of your dull little mind. The true culprit manipulated the orca in order to have false charges brought upon her. And who is the only one with the ability to accomplish that?
It can only be the orca's trainer. What?
Wow,
She's the-
Trip.
She's
Oh,
a
man.
suspect?
But I'm sure there's some other explanation.
Silence.
I don't need any of your baseless counter-arguments. Have you forgotten? In order to enter the orca pool room, a security card is necessary. A security card that only the victim and Sasha Buckler possessed. Miss Buckler is the only one who could have caused the victim to fall to his death.
Huh.
Ah!
What?
No, I don't believe it. Miss Buckle was so upset by Mr. Shipley's death, she couldn't have done it.
Fulbright.
We asked the security company yesterday to check their security card logs. Their report just came in during the recess. The night before the incident, Sasha Buckler used her card to enter the orca pool room. After that, not a single person entered the pool room. Not until the incident was discovered when Ms. Buckler and the guard ran in.
Objection!
Objection! But no one would commit murder where their card usage was being recorded. Apparently, the aquarium employees don't know that their card usage is tracked. What's more, Ms. Buckler was seen arguing with the victim before the incident. So, Ms. Trainer, what were you arguing about?
It was a private matter, but it wasn't anything I would kill him over. That's ridiculous.
Miss Buckler is the only one who entered the room, and she knows how to command order. Besides, I thought her suspicions from the very beginning.
You suspected Ms. Buckler from the start?
The orca did tricks because someone commanded her to do so. Possibly someone with a heart so black as to make her own partner the murder weapon. The possibility the orca killed the victim. The possibility a human manipulated the orca. I looked into both.
So he suspected both Sasha and Orla all along?
My gratitude to you. After all, you were the one who drew out that information about the lifesaver trick. The orca you saved was an unwitting victim. A victim made to look like the weapon that killed Jack Shipley.
No! All right, come along then. Let's have a good long talk.
Wait, I didn't kill the captain, and I would never try to frame Orla. Why would I hurt the ones I love like that? Sasha! Phoenix, Athena, you gotta believe me.
Come along now.
Oh boy, that is
Whoa, that's awful.
That is whack.
Yeah,
Sasha didn't kill him. I believe that with all my heart. There's gotta be something we can do.
I feel the same way. Could I have done something differently? But never in my wildest dreams did I imagine things turning out like this.
It would appear that this case has taken on an entirely new aspect. But this trial is only concerned with a ruling on the defendant Orla Shipley. So I'm afraid this concludes today's trial. Court is adjourned.
Well, that's one trial in the books, but we got another one. Oh boy.
Too
To
big
be
to-
continued.
I think that's a good idea to cut things, don't
Oh,
you?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Folks, tune in next week for the next investigation. And how in the world are we going to clear Sasha Buckler's name? It's like,
Oh, you know what? You know what they say. When there's a will, there's a way. So we're not going to give up yet. So, folks, tune in next week, Monday, June 10th, for the continuation of Turnabout Reclaimed. I am the Cannonball, Alex Steele.
I am the package, Andrew Steele.
We are the Steele Brothers, and we are for real. Top guys out. Ciao.
Adios, muchacho.